Through music and dance, spoken word, and a few surprises along the way, it is our intention to not only entertain, but educate you about the rich cultural and creative expressions of our people. We bring this event to you at one of the most difficult times in our history, recognizing the pandemics of COVID-19 and Black Lives Matter. As we are aware, communities of color continue to be under attack, as evidenced by the horrendous numbers of our people that have died and been impacted by the coronavirus. Families have lost several members to this virus, and the numbers continue to rise. Neither can we allow the targets on our backs for living while Black be the norm. While we appreciate those of you who stand in solidarity with us and with the Black Lives Matter movement in this moment, let me make it very clear that we are in need of action. And it is on us, all of us, Black, white, brown people, to fight for racial and social justice and a just humanity. We encourage you to support and participate however you can. Use your voice to demand change and support our institutions. Throughout today's program, you'll learn how to support the Black Lives Matter and CCCADI, and we will continue to do the work that is so much needed to represent you. We also encourage you to complete the census. All it takes is 10 minutes to make 10 years of positive change in your community, and citizenship does not matter. This isn't a trick. The census helps provide our communities with the resources we need funding for, in healthcare, job training and programs, housing, transportation, and education, just to name a few. If we don't act on the census, underrepresented communities will remain underrepresented. We've heard the response to the census in Brooklyn is at an all-time low. Come on, folks, fill out the census. We need you. We need these resources. And of course, we know just how critical the upcoming elections are for us. We not only encourage you to register to vote, but you gotta get out and vote. Now is not the time to decide that your vote does not matter, or that you're not voting because you don't believe in the process, or that the choices are between the lesser of two evils. The fact is, we, people of color, are doomed if we don't persist and insist on change. Get out there and vote. Our lives depend on it. So in closing, I want to take a moment to thank the Howard Gilman Foundation and the New York City Department of Cultural Affairs for their consistent support of the Caribbean Cultural Center African Diaspora Institute, and especially in support of today's Afriembé Festival. A special thanks to my team at CCCADI, who have worked diligently to bring you the absolute best programming virtually since things shut down in March. You guys are such warriors. I thank you. And to the artists in today's program for sharing the vision with us, much gratitude. And to all of you for being with us every step of the way, remember that we are, in fact, our ancestors' wildest dreams. Take time to be kind to yourself first so that you can provide for those around you. Thank you so much for being with us. It's a full day. I now leave you with our hostess, Julissa Contreras, and we welcome you to the Afriembé Virtual Festival live from CCCADI. Ashe.
Welcome, Diaspora. We're streaming live right now from the Caribbean Cultural Center African Diaspora Institute in East Harlem, New York. We're excited to bring you the second annual Afriembé Festival virtually. I'm your girl, Julissa Contreras, creators of Ladies Who Bronche, repping the Bronx in La República Dominicana, and I'll be your illustrious host for the day. Due to COVID-19, We couldn't have our festival in person, but come on. A pandemic isn't gonna stop us from celebrating the artistry, musicality, and creative expression of the African diaspora. We've got a lot in store for you today, and I'm so ecstatic to be welcoming all of the great artists, performers, poets, vendors, and community projects to the Afriembé virtual stage. We'll be seeing performances from across the African diaspora with artists like Ife, who's repping Santurce, Puerto Rico, Los Racas, repping Panama by way of the Bay Area. We also have with us Strings and Skins, who will be mixing the sounds of Haiti and Colombia. We'll be getting into the New York City salsa sound with Conjunto Imagen, the beautiful couple from Haiti that is Bohio Music, Afriembé Dance Company from North Carolina giving us some drums and dance, our girl Sinead from New York City repping Trinidad, and from Ghana, the wonderful poet King Yao. And just because this is virtual does not mean you don't get to engage and react. If you're watching live on Facebook or YouTube, be sure to leave comments and ask questions down below. This is gonna come in handy when I have my Q&As with each artist after their performance. We also have an amazing lineup of vendors that you can support. You can go to CCCADI's website, CCCADI.org, and you'll find a list of vendors that includes independent artisans and entrepreneurs that we must support. Don't forget, buying black right now is as crucial as ever, and these vendors are gonna give you everything you're looking for. Another thing to look forward to is our community spotlights, where I'll be highlighting people from the African diaspora who are helping to uplift, educate, and empower our community, like filmmakers and organizers. And hey, 2020 has been a roller coaster of a year. And I know it's so hard to celebrate pretty much anything right now. But we must not forget that our Black joy is an act of resistance, and it is our duty to celebrate ourselves so that the world can learn to celebrate us the way we deserve. So, without further ado, let's get this festival started with our first artist. Hailing from New York City and repping Trinidad, Sinead believes that our bodies hold a wealth of history that has been created by our ancestors, and legacy inspires her to create. Let's enter the zenith and give it up for Sinead.
Afriembé, what's good? It's your girl Sinead. Shout out to you for being here. Shout out for watching. I'm so happy to be here during these times. Unprecedented. What can I tell you? Thank you for being here again. And I'm going to sing some songs for you, so let's go. Scheming on the way out the haze and the maze, my past confusion. And it's just a phase they told me, and I believe them. I didn't understand what they meant, what they said, the ways much further. But I feel a way, and feelings can be deceiving. Who do you think you are, with that fresh weed out the shop? Acting like you a brand new when you know that you're not. Can't get the change at the store, and that real change costs more. And it's just a phase, and you won't feel the way for sure. And I cannot tell you how long it takes. Not everybody's gonna be the same, not everything is gonna be the same, but it'll be alright. And I cannot be the one to blame. I hope I don't lose you along the way. I hope you don't think this was all in vain. Your feelings can be deceiving. I cannot tell you how long it takes. Not everybody's gonna be the same. Not everything is gonna be the same, but it'll be alright. And I cannot be the one to blame. I hope I don't lose you along the way. I hope you don't think this was all in vain. Your feelings can be deceiving. Woo! Shout out to you. Shout out to all of us for making it through. Shout out to New York City. I love you. I know you want more. I want more. I'd rather be cruising in Cuba, Trinidad and Aruba. Mad love to my hometown, but I think I outgrew ya. I know you feel like it's a fantasy, but no one really when it comes to me. I'ma show you new realities and it'll be alright. And I cannot tell you how long it takes. Not everybody's gonna be the same. Not everything's gonna be the same, but it'll be alright. And but I cannot be the one to blame. I hope I don't lose you along the way. I hope you don't think this was all in vain. Your feelings can be deceiving. Ooh, yeah. I wonder what's next. I wonder what's next. This is my favorite song. It's called Tropical. Never heard it? Now's your chance. Here we go. Yeah. Come on, come on. Ain't nobody else but us. Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. In the sunlight I find it. It rains on my skin. The glisten over my climate. Pura vida otra vez. And tropical. Come and get your perfect getaway. And tropical. It's a period when you feel it in the air right out the gate. Live in the now. Come and let your worries wash away. We're goofing around. Push 100 with the fam on the land. We light the way. Yeah. Come my love. Oh. Find me now. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, oh. Ay, ay, ay. We're so fun and so free. Start your journey, yeah. Look, lunar blossom beaches, dreams bring me afar. Stars shine, they gaze at us all seasons. Moonlights beam within our hearts. And tropical, come and get your perfect getaway. And tropical, it's a prayer when you feel it in the air right out gay. Live in the now. Come and let your worries wash away. We're goofing around. You push 100 with the fam on the land. We light the way. Oh yeah. My tropical. Come find me now. Come get your house. Come get nothing else. Yeah, yeah. Ay, ay, ay. So fun and so fun and so free. Start your journey in tropical. Yeah, yeah. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Turn it around. Turn it around. When I say turn it around, hey, lock it down. Lock it down. What I say, lock it down. 1, 2, hey. Tropical, yeah. Tropical. Tropical. Boy, grande audio. Come and find me now. Yeah. Oh, nothing else. Ay, 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 ay. So fun and so fun and so free. Such a journey in tropical. Ay, ay, ay. So fun and so fun and so free. Lock it down. Turn it around. When I say lock it down. That's tropical. What's next? My other favorite song in the world. The song's called The Riffs. The Riffs. Squabbles don't phase, they fade away. Caught in the winds, we whirl away. Haters, we play the game. No, don't hate me, hate the game. Why you coming at me like we both can grow? Cause we don't know. Cause we're holding on to all those things we must let go. restraints, they break me down. The constant constraints, they chain me down. Don't you feel the same? Don't you feel way down, 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 down? Our problems don't change, they stay the same. You're caught in the rifts, we drift away. Players, we play the game. Don't hate me, hate the game. Bust up, quick wine for my Trinis, goddamn, for my Trini. Yeah, on to the next one, on to the next. Go get them vex, press on to the next, on to the next. Come on to the next. Biggity break, honey, just say next. Come and let me dip before it gets worse. If we don't try it, then how you gonna learn? Pick a new man and take a new turn. If you don't try it, how you gonna learn? And there's something else. There's something else out there. Yeah. Oh, there's someone else. Yeah. Songs for all my people who are just out there. Hey, I'm an animal. I bet you think you're controlling me. God damn it wrong. I broke out my cage tonight. I'm taking off from you. Now I've hit the ground. Don't try coming round. Don't want surrender. If I stay, I die. Must be a little crazy. I don't know what you've been thinking lately. I just wanna roam until the morning light. I lie for you, thinking about all the things I try to do. All those nights I cry for you when I'm coming back to life. I'm an animal, I'm dangerous. I'm on the prowl, I've escaped from you. I'm in the wild, in the wild, in the wild. Lost in the wild, in the wild, in the wild. Yeah. Hey, yeah. Let's do it, baby. This is a celebration of no more us. I call this a declaration of old love lost. Boy, you treat me wrong, and now you wanna be up in my phone. You should take a couple, leave me alone. You better miss me with that shit. And if I stay, I die. Must be a little crazy. I don't know what you've been thinking, baby. I just wanna roam until the morning light. I lie for you, thinking about all the things I try to do. All those nights I cried for you, and now I'm an animal. I'm dangerous. I'm on the prowl. I've escaped from you. I'm in the wild, in the wild, in the wild. Yeah. I'm lost. You ain't my word today. I'll take my chance and go somewhere. You can't contain my effervescence. So F your essence. So F your blessings. I'm lost in the wild. I'm lost in the wild. This is called Zenith. Hey, pasa quick I just wanna see it. If we hit the ground, would you stick around? finally believe it? Would you hold me down and refuse to drown? I hustled over land and sea. My journey crazy like a fantasy. Come closer, come nearer, come next to me now. Come on, baby. Hey, and I just wanna see it. Hey, you could dance if you want to. I just wanna see it. Hey. Cause I hustled over land and sea. My journey crazy like a fantasy. I'm feeling danger like we ain't really downtown. I'll do the hustle if you hate it, be no calm down. Cause I hustled over land and sea. My journey crazy like a fantasy. Come closer, come nearer, come next to me now. Come on, baby, can we take it to the scene? Oh, baby, I just wanna see it. I wanna feel the feeling close to me. You know the journey means the most to me. So can we take it to the scene? Oh, baby, I just wanna see it. I wanna feel the feeling close to me. You know the journey means the most to me. Yo, when I need an answer, baby, you pick up my call. When you see me slipping, can you save me from my fall? When I back you up, but you don't need no guarantee. When I want no front, will you give me? When I need an answer, baby, you pick up my call. When you see me slipping, can you save me from my fall? When I back you up, but you don't need no guarantee. When I want no front, will you take me to the scene? No, baby, I just wanna see it. I wanna feel the feeling close to me. You know the journey means the most to me. So can we take it to the oh, baby, I just wanna see it. I just wanna move you to new heights, baby. I can't take you there. I wanna see you. I wanna see you. Break it down. I wanna see you do this. I wanna see you. It's your time for break it down. Break. Shout out my Caribbean gal then. Happy Trinity Independence Day. That was yesterday though. Woo! Can we take it to the scene? Well, baby, I just wanna see it. I wanna feel the feeling close to me. You know the journey means the most to me. So can we take it to the scene? Oh, baby, I just wanna see it. I wanna feel the feeling close to me. You know the journey means the most to me. I wanna see ya. Break it down. I wanna see ya. Break it down. Come on and break it down. Hey, this is your chance to break it down. If you didn't break it down before, now is your time. Oh. I'm gonna sit down and hope that all of you are dancing. Just kidding. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh. Move, yeah. Oh, it's a mood. Move, yeah. Stepped on in, I stepped it up. Walked into the middle of the club. I like that groove, can we move all night? I stepped on in, I stepped it up. I started dancing and I fell in love. I like that groove, can we move all night? Come on. Move that body, move your body, yeah. Move that body, move your body, move that body. Hey. Am I sweating? I think so. I stepped on it and I stepped it up. Walked into the middle of the club. I like that groove, can we move all night? Yeah, 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 yeah. I stepped on it and I stepped it up. I started dancing and I fell in love. I like that groove, can we move all night? Hey, you move your body, move your body, yeah. Move your body, move your body, move your body, move your body, move. Now is your chance. If you haven't been dancing, now is your chance. You know, we just love a little walkway. Here we go, here we go. 5, 6, 7, 8, and walk in, walk in, walk. Strut, 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 strut up, pose, how. Move that body. Move your body. Hey. Move your body. I wanna thank y'all so much for rocking with Afriembé. Y'all know where y'all at. Keep it live, keep it fresh, keep it locked. We love the community. They hold us up. Make sure you take care of your fellow man, your fellow person, okay? Integrity is key. We love integrity. We love integrity. Stay that way. Black is beautiful. Brown is beautiful. Thank you, guys.
Yes, let's give it up for Sinead one more time. And we have Sinead with us here today. Girl, you had me out here shaking and rumping and doing all types of twerking. How you doing today, Sid? Are you here with me, girl?
Fucking crying.
Here you are. Here you are. Hey, Sinead, what's good, girl? How you doing? Can you hear me all right?
I can't hear you guys.
You can't hear me.
I can hear you.
You can hear me, and I can hear you, girl. That performance, everything.
You fixed my life. Yes, here we go. I can finally hear you. Hi.
Hi, girl. How you doing? Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for hosting and being amazing. Thank you for that.
Well, that performance was everything. I was here. They couldn't see me live, but I was over here dancing and doing all types of twerking because all of the jams. Yes, so Sid, for those who are meeting you for the first time today and are definitely going to be listening to your music from now on because it's so dope,
Yes.
let them know a little bit about you and how you got started.
Well, my name is Sinead, aka Sid. Sid, I go by as well. I got started actually dancing. That's kind of was my roadway or pathway into music and singing. I had always been singing growing up, but then I ended up dancing at the Alvin Ailey School through an outreach program at an alternate school or my middle school in Washington Heights. And that kind of really helped me open up my body and figure out kind of a way for me to not be nervous when I would be performing in front of people, because I used to be a nervous wreck. I couldn't like open my mouth and say anything to anyone.
Wow, and look how far you've come now.
Right.
And so you continued your journey in training, and we met somewhere down the line there in that time.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit more.
I know we met in high school. It was such a life-changing experience. Like I got to meet so many kind of just multifaceted individuals. I was a dance major and you were a drama major,
Yes.
but we just all had so many other skill sets and talents that we all just ended up merging together in all these different, really cool, beautiful ways over the years. And so happy for that.
Absolutely. And so, today we're celebrating the African diaspora, and I definitely feel the Trini vibes in your work. Can you tell us a little bit more about how the African diaspora inspires all the work that you do?
Most definitely. I come from a Caribbean family. Both of my parents are from Trinidad. I'm first generation American. So a lot of just my context in life in general is through that lens. On top of, growing up in a very Caribbean neighborhood and then kind of ebbing into social justice and how all of that kind of interweaves with each other. I had lived abroad in London as well. And even just seeing the differences and the similarities in Blackness from a Black American lens was pretty crazy. And, prior to that, I was just doing social justice work and still am involved in it. A few years ago, organized this protest called Millions March NYC, which was pretty much a turning point in my life for where I stood in regards to social justice and, what I advocate for. And just to see kind of how the diaspora, especially the African diaspora community, has just kind of since that time, since about 2014, has come in this kind of full circle way and really grouped together has been really, really mind blowing to see, via the internet, whether it's Twitter, Instagram, social media platforms. There's a real big interconnection with everyone right now, and I'm really appreciative for it because it just allows me to really delve and kind of immerse myself into as many pathways and tracks as possible.
Absolutely. And I mean, it's no surprise that 2020 has been a crazy year. And
Yeah.
I think that there's so many ways in which people can get involved. What are some ways that you encourage artists to get involved in the movement?
I always encourage artists to be a part of their neighborhood. I know a lot of the times right now, something I'm particularly seeing a lot of is like this, I think we're all talking about it, this mass exodus out of New York. And for me, it's really important to notice things like that and to see, well, okay, who are the people leaving and who's left? And for the people who are left, these are the kind of the bonds we have to really take care of and start to create and, as well as curate, knowing who to put with who are going to be the best people working together for this effort or for this effort. I think ultimately speaking, community. I encourage all artists to engage in community. I encourage artists to speak on behalf of others who maybe cannot. You have a voice, you have a platform, utilize it, not only for your own personal frivolity, but also utilize it in a way that, will be able to reach other people, can help inform and educate and maybe even inspire.
Absolutely, absolutely. And on a different wave, we have all this crazy stuff going on, but right now there is a big boom of creatives and stuff that we can indulge in. So share a little bit with us about what you're watching or listening to or reading these days.
Ooh, okay. I'm doing a lot of reading. I'm in a book club actually. Every Tuesday, we are reading books like hotcakes. I think the most recent book that I read, actually that I'm reading right now, is Black Marxism. I think a lot of the things that I've read over the course of my life they've kind of put me in a mindset of not really seeing my Blackness as powerful or my Blackness as something that can be used to motivate. And I think a lot of these books that I'm reading, whether they're self-care or they're kind of emotional health and wellness, they're all catering, or they all kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? They're all, I guess, all in alignment with the idea of pushing forward that kind of narrative of what it means to be Black. It's not monolithic. It's a very expansive view. And a lot of people fit under this umbrella of being Black. And I think kind of tapping back into the Afro diaspora community and bringing back all these books, what I've been learning and, meditating, yoga, community, I think it's imperative for people to read books like by James Baldwin, by Angela Davis, by Bell Hooks. I think all these books are, they've been out there for so long, for over 20 plus years. And it's like, the information is there. How are we now going to apply this information into our lives? How are we going to applicate it into things that we are doing, into the conversations that we have? Being Black is being radical. And I really think it's important for us to all be radical, because being a human is radical.
Yes.
But I really, tie into that.
Yes, girl. I love the power in your voice and what you're saying. So to wrap us up, tell us if you had one message that you can share with everyone across the diaspora that's watching with us today. What's one message you want to leave us with?
One message that I want to leave all the people of the diaspora with.
No pressure.
And I'm like, dang, that's a lot. Ooh, okay. I think I want to say is that now is the time. If there was ever a time to stand up and to say, like, the world that we're living in is no more, now is the time, because the world has changed, and we now have a very unique opportunity where, really, really, really wealthy individuals are kind of in the same playing field as people who are not as financially abundant. So I think we should take this opportunity to keep leveling it out and keep moving our communities forward in a way in which we want to see them advancing.
Absolutely. Sinead, thank you so much for joining us today and dropping these gems in the performance, all of it. We appreciate you so much, and we look forward to seeing you live soon as Outside opens up.
You already know, girl, I'm here for you. I love you. I love
you.
Everyone who's a part of this community. Keep watching. Stay tuned.
Take care. All right, guys, that was Sinead, and now we're going to...
The U.S. Latinx population has the power to make a difference in this election. Wait, what's that billboard say? Poder Latinx. I'm La Borinqueña. I'm here to ensure our vote counts and is protected. Be safe. Use your power to vote with absentee ballots. Don't forget, sign the back of the envelope. We have the power to make a change in our country. Somos ciudadanos y tenemos el poder Latinx. Text Poder to 52886 to register to vote. Together, we can make a difference and show our country nuestro poder Latinx.
All right, next up is our first vendor spotlight. Barbara Jacques is the founder and creative director of Jacques, a vegan and clean beauty skincare line created to help women slay naturally. Help me in welcoming Barbara. Barbara, so good to have you with us today.
Thank you for having me. So Jax was created after a health scare during my pregnancy. And as a way to cope, I began studying holistic plant botany, green medicine that led to the launch of Jax. And as a result, we now have skincare for all women of color. I mean, for women of color, by women of color, and everything from cleansers, toners, moisturizers, with a focus on hyperpigmentation, protective skin as you age, and acne. So yeah.
That's incredible, because girl, that skincare routine is everything at all times. So tell us a little bit about the focus of your work and how the diaspora helped inspire what you do with your skincare line.
So what I've realized being in the beauty industry is that the beauty industry can look a particular way, and there's a lack of diversity and inclusion. And when I started the skincare line, it all started as a part of as a result of my health scare. But what we wanted to focus on was creating skincare products for women of color, by women of color, with a focus on protecting our skin. But Jax, because my parents are from the Caribbean, I grew up down here in South Florida. We source a lot of our ingredients locally, so we use jackfruit, papaya, plantains, pineapple, yucca to rely on a lot of the antioxidants that are found in these plants to feed the collection. So that's kind of how it pulls from my African diaspora. I mean, I grew up with family from the Caribbean, so a lot of that plays a major role into the formulation and the creation of the products. For example, like our face toner is called the Revitalizing Face Toner. I'm sure a lot of you have heard of sorrel tea, and it's made with hibiscus. It kind of inspired from a tea that my aunt made for me, which is a hibiscus tea that has hibiscus and roses, and it actually is a revitalizing, and it's packed with vitamin C, and so that also plays a role in the a lot of the formulations and the collection as well. I hope that answered your question.
Oh, absolutely. And as you were describing everything, I was like, this sounds all like a delicious spread of things that I love to eat. So I love that you sort of ventured out and you take influences that are really, really true to several different countries across the diaspora and show us that a lot of we have a lot of different beauty brands that don't cater to us, who advertise and don't use our culture to tie back to us. And it's very clear that you did a lot of work on making sure that we really understood the resources we have and how we can use it on our skin even. So I'd love to hear, we know that there's a lot of crazy stuff going on in the world right now, and a lot of businesses are going through rebrands or restructurings. How has this movement helped either boost the way you're doing your work or change and pivot the intentions behind having your skincare product be more than just skincare?
So with COVID, we've definitely had to pivot from working in a warehouse to now working from home, and there has been a shift in terms of our sourcing. But with this big movement of BLM, it has definitely shed a light on our business, and being a smaller indie business, it is a bit of a struggle trying to get our eyes and our product out there a lot more. And it just kind of reinforced what we were doing, because we did get a lot of sales out of it, but what it did reinforce is that we were on the right path, and that we were able to provide products and services that people were actually looking for, at a quality that a lot of people are not are not privy to when they are working with indie brands, or the misconception that indie brands the quality is not up to par. And so we were able to kind of just show and prove. But, I think with the way we are, what we call the new normal, with everyone constant, whether stress, that's a factor. There's wearing the mask. There is, I would say just a lot of the factors of this illness. A lot of people have kind of focused and put a focus on skincare, wearing less makeup, kind of dealing with more of self-care, and it's kind of shed more light on just slowing down and just staying present. And so with that, I feel like we are able to fill that void, because with our skincare products, which are made with, organic ingredients, nothing but the essential oils, it's kind of allowed people to just say, hey, I'm not wearing as much makeup now, but let me focus on just taking care of myself, pouring back into my cup, and just taking a beat,
Yes,
so,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I love that. And even in hearing you speak, I'm thinking about that moment of pause and taking care of yourself, and just how skincare and things like that actually do help boost your energy and make you feel really good when you look at yourself in the mirror. And I'm curious to know, out of your product line, what is your favorite product in the lineup?
Oh,
tough question, because all of them are your favorites, but which is the favorite?
I would have to say it is our hibiscus and carrot soap. And initially I made this soap because my daughter has eczema, and we used to call it our carrot con leche soap, but we've kind of changed it a little bit. It has our homemade rice milk, but we use fresh organic carrots that we grate into the milk. And then we also have a bit of our hibiscus, and it's good for all skin tones and skin types. You can use it on babies. You can use it for anybody that's that has aging skin or even acne prone skin, because it's rich with beta carotene that feeds your skin the zinc and the vitamin A that it needs to help, with cellular regeneration. So that definitely is my go-to product in our collection.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That sounds like something I need. I can't wait to finish up and actually go and buy stuff. I'm searching for some skincare stuff. All right, so to wrap it up, in general, if you had one message that you can share with the diaspora watching with us today, whether related to your product or not, what's a message you'd like to leave the people with?
Oh, that's a hard one. Why would you tell me? Would you ask
Sorry,
me?
girl. I be coming with the questions. That's why I'm here.
I don't know. I think the one message that I would say would be, I don't know. I would say stay blessed. At the end of the day, I know we're all going through our trials and tribulations, but it's always temporary. And, if you focus on the positivity in life, there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. So if you focus on what the blessings and the blessings that you have in front of you and look on the brighter side of things, you always make it out on the end. That's what I can think of off the top of my head right now.
That's a beautiful message, and thank you so much for sharing that with us. And folks, don't forget, you can go to CCCADI's website, CCCADI.org, and you can find Jack's products. Thank you so much for being here with us today, and we look forward to trying out your products.
Thank you, and thank you for having me, and have an amazing weekend, everybody.
Yes, same to you.
The Caribbean Culture Center African Diaspora Institute always prioritizes businesses from the African diaspora. This year's Afriembé Virtual Festival will highlight some of the diaspora's up-and-coming brands. The festival's virtual marketplace will feature brands such as Brooklyn Coquito, BDTs, Jax, Benside Africa, and more. You have the opportunity to explore their merchandise, hear straight from the creators, and support their work during the festival. Head over to ccadi.org/marketplace now and start shopping.
Did you know that bohio means home? We're gonna get more fun facts during our Q&A, but first, let's get into the Haiti vibes with the beautiful bohio music.
Aïda Wedo, c'est bon, c'est bon. Mais la maman te chouette, moi que mon cap crié. La maman te chouette, moi que mon cap crié. La maman te chouette, moi que mon cap crié. La maman te chouette, moi que mon cap crié.
ça, na yolé. Badezile, na yolé, kebe souma de ça, na yolé. Badezile, na yolé, kebe souma de ça, na yolé. Badezile, na yolé, kebe souma de ça, na yolé. Na yolé. Na yolé.
Mwen gen yon basen mwen to a fey, tombe la tan liye. mande ouze, eziliwo, kala mande ouze, eziliwo, kala mande ouze, sinon pointe l'eau. Eziliwo, kala mande ouze, eziliwo, kala mande ouze, eziliwo, kala mande ouze, sinon pointe l'eau, ouze la avec lotion. Gran eziliwo, ma prale se unatio. Moi di gran eziliwo, ma prale se unatio. Ou fait au bien pas que grand merci. Ou fait au mal pas que grand merci ton nègre. Gran eziliwo, ma prale se unatio. Ma prale se unatio. Ma prale se unatio. Ma prale se unatio. You caught me, you teased me. please me, you school me, give me some things to think about, ignite